Note on a Ghost and Snow by the excellent Robert Olen Butler. In the first story, the hero is a major in the Vietnamese army. I'm not sure which one, the south, the north. Up to now, in the other uh, narratives I've read by Robert Olen Butler, the commies have been the enemy. So I'm just guessing and hoping they're in the same position here. He spends an afternoon making love to the woman he loves, and then he sleeps in a pleasant evening. But alas, it is getting too late, or very late, too late for safety. So he has to drive at night in a very dangerous surrounding. So for a long time he doesn't use the headlights, and then the road is twisting. He sees a hare, he imagines roadblocks, hundreds of rifles pointed at him, and then he's dead. He's very worried, and you will see he has good reason. Suddenly, in the road, there's a figure of a young woman, making signs to stop. He doesn't. He just pulls the steering wheel, avoids her, and goes on, because he knows they use tricks very often, so they can take a local woman to make him stop and then kill him. But then after a short while, there's the same figure again. So he thinks, is this the sister? Round face, small nose, big mouth, and then a big tongue is coming out of this figure and comes flickering to the car, and then he's losing conscience. When he wakes up, he's shocked to find there's no pain. He expected to have injuries, even severe, and the car is parked near the road. Car which also he expected to be crushed, because he was sure there was an accident or something. Surprise. He continues along the road, and he sees that the warning the apparition gave him, she said, I forgot to mention, sorry, there's a roadblock, and there's a trap ahead. There's an ambush, and indeed there's carnage. People have been killed. There's one who has been probably dead for no longer than 2 hours, contortion, and what he sees is dreadful. So he realizes this woman has saved him. He goes to the village and asks for her name, and indeed the young man says, "Oh, I know her, but I wish I didn't. And she's dead. She's been dead for a few years." Our major thinks this is a man who wanted. She's so beautiful, the apparition. He's not surprised that we're talking about a dead person. She was so beautiful that this man wanted to be with her, and she refused him. So that's why now he resents her memory. Goes to the mother's house, talks about her, and I'm not sure, and in fact I will not say what happens from here on to keep you interested. I will just say that the narrator is not the major, and he himself meets the same ghost from the title. So now for the next Snow, this time the heroine is a woman called Zhao. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, and the reader learns from the story that if you pronounce it one way, it's It means wealthy, and that's the right pronunciation, whatever that is. If you pronounce it differently, in a different, that means something else. So she is, if not really miserable, she's not happy. She lives with her mother, away from Vietnam now, and the mother is unhappy with her position. She's not married, and she's already 30. And the former fiancé is left behind in Vietnam. After the fall of Saigon, he stayed there, and he's now a driver in Ho Chi Minh City, as the communists called the city after they conquered all of Vietnam. And he married another woman, Zhao, or Jiao, or something else. Doesn't really regret the man. She didn't know him for their short, guessing relationship. They didn't really get too close. And she meets a man called Cohen, a customer in this restaurant where Zhao works, Chinese restaurant. And she mentions Christmas, and he says, "I'm not celebrating Christmas. I'm Jewish." And then they talk about snow and the fact that they both resent the snow. In his case, there's the small story, sad story within the story. He says that he originally came from Poland. In 1939, his father realized there's something wrong going on, so he insisted on sending his wife and son to England. But as the son left, there was snow, and he saw that it's very wrong. He felt he will never see his father, and he hated snow ever since. Okay, beautiful stories.